Dad is dumb, right? Like poor dumb dad does stupid things, and he, he doesn't. He gets in trouble.
That usually is a legitimate thing, not as much as a joke as guys like to act like it is.
Right.
Because women are typically handling the finances and things like that, and that's usually why they have to ask her too. You started out and you're however long into your relationship, and it was that dynamic, like in your actual relationship.
Right.
Let's say for 5 years. It's really hard to switch that dynamic.
She's the boss. She wears the pants. Let me go ask the boss, right? Because that's his way. He jokes, but in reality, he knows that if he does that, then he can avoid the conflict that he will inevitably lose. Can you turn around a relationship where the woman is masculine and the man is feminine to be man is masculine and woman is feminine? Can it be turned around?
Because we were kind of talking about this the other day. You asked me, like, do you have any topic suggestions? And, that one, I felt like I was also interested in hearing your, like, answer to that more in depth.
Yeah.
And seeing what I think about it. Because I do feel like some people are in that situation, and
a lot of people.
Can people turn it around?
Yeah. In fact, I would almost say that a majority of people are in that situation.
I would agree with that.
Right? They don't know it, right? But even talk about sitcoms, right? I don't know Full House, but a lot of sitcoms, right?
Well, there was no mom.
Yeah, there was no. But a lot of sitcoms, right? TV, movies, it is reversed. The woman is the man. Right. The man is a dumb, it's like, oh, dad is dumb, right? Like poor dumb dad does stupid things, and he, he doesn't, he gets in trouble, right?
Yeah.
That is what a lot of people grew up with. And then that influenced their relationships where, so many guys I talked to today, they're like, oh, let me ask, even when I'm doing sales calls, oh my God, when I do a sales call and a guy's like, well, let me ask the boss. I have to hold my shit together because I just want to be like, what the fuck do you mean you need to ask the boss? You're the boss. You're the man. You're the boss. Please. But I don't do it on the sales call because, I keep it inside and I just say, I just joke a little bit. I'm like, oh, you gotta, you can't make the decision yourself, huh? Okay.
Well, I think it's nice he wants to consider his wife. I do feel like the issue is when calling her the boss. You know what I mean?
Well,
because that usually is a legitimate thing, not as much as a joke as guys like to act like it is.
Right.
Because women are typically handling the finances and things like that, and that's usually why they have to ask her too.
Right.
If you think about it, she's the one paying the bills.
Right.
So if she sees that he bought your course, she's gonna be like, where did you, what is this? So, I get it. And I'm not saying that that's like the right way that things should be handled, but I can see where.
And then you can be like, I'm the captain now. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Yeah. Well, he's got to step up and do the captain things, though, to be the captain. So.
Yeah, but a lot of relationships are like that. Who wears the pants, right? It's like those things, happy wife, happy life type of guys that are just, they're just vibing, just trying to survive is what they're trying to do, right? And so, but they don't realize they're in a feminine role, and the woman is in the masculine. She's the one calling the shots, taking over,
Right.
So, yeah. So
that's true.
But can it be reversed? What do you think? Do you think it can be reversed?
I think it can, but I think it's extremely hard. And here's why. Like, if you started out and you're however long into your relationship and it was that dynamic, like in your actual relationship, let's say for 5 years. I won't even say for a long time. Some people, it's been the whole relationship, like you said.
Right.
For 5 years. It's really hard to switch that dynamic. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it would take work from both people because, like, she can't be more feminine and submissive if you're still being feminine and submissive as a man. So you have to also step up. So it's hard. And then also, too, we'll talk about at the end, like, when you're a woman that has been in her masculine for so long, and even if you don't want to be, it can sometimes be hard to get out of that and to stop acting that way and to stop like doing the habits that you get stuck in by being a masculine woman. And I did that, you know, and we'll talk about it at the end where I messed up this week. But so, and we, from our whole start of our relationship, you've been the masculine one and I've been the feminine one. But
Right.
like sometimes there's still those habits that you have, even if you are majority feminine
Right.
of the time, that can still pop up. So if a woman's majority masculine for your relationship, that is just going to be really, really hard. And there probably is going to be setbacks at times from both people.
Right.
And so if you're committed to doing it, I think you can do it. But I think it's probably the hardest thing to do is flip it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be hard to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think so. I mean, like, just think of it this way, right? Imagine if our relationship started out, right? And I acted feminine, like you were calling the shots, right? Imagine if that was the case, you would have little respect for me, right? So it's like once you've lost that respect as a man, it's really hard to gain that respect. Like it would be like, think about how hard it would be for you to then now respect me as a man and for me to start calling the shots. If I had allowed you to do that, right, initially, it's just hard for a woman to respect a man that she didn't respect. And that's also why it's a slippery slope, why I tell guys all the time is like, man, the moment that she disrespects you, like, and you allow that, it's that, like, you're not going backward. Like, it's very hard to go back up that hill of respect because it just piles on. That then it's going to be name calling. There's going to be like all these things that are going to follow on from that when she's, you know, when she's
because she learns that she can get away with it and do it. So then she'll start doing other things.
And it doesn't mean that a woman never disrespects a man, because everyone's human. Everyone makes mistakes, right? But it means that when a man does not do something about it, when he does not handle that,
doesn't have a boundary, doesn't tell her you can't talk to me that way, or if he shuts it down.
The moment he just takes it, that's when it's hard. But that's why it's so hard to turn this around, is because that's usually how it goes. Is he's figured out, she's kind of dominated him and figured out that he figured out when we are in conflict, I lose. Right. And so I'm going to avoid conflict, right? Just like a primate, you know, with the alpha male, right? It's like the alpha of he's like, I just avoid conflict with the big gorilla, right? Like he's made her into the big gorilla. And so he just has become docile and just avoid. That's why he says, she's the boss. She wears the pants. Let me go ask the boss, right? Because that's his way. He jokes, but in reality, he knows that if he does that, then he can avoid the conflict that he will inevitably lose. And that's where, you know, he gets stuck in that feminine role, you know. So.